Hello everyone and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we've got our first restream of the Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament 2024. This is Swiss Round 1 here. We've got dataplet versus latebit. I'm starring our comps today are Rick and Tracy. Take it away, you two.
Well, how about this? Tracy and I get to be on the first race that is restreamed here on ZeldaSpeedRuns. How about that, Tracy?
I mean, we're just taking the Rick and Tracy show to a different game, right? Not that we haven't done ALttPR, but there was a stretch during the last Z1R tournament where like we were a nightly thing.
Welcome, and speaking of Z1R, latebit's currently in the Rookie Rumble for that tournament. Dataplet, well, dataplet, we all know dataplet.
Yeah. Yeah, two well-known Link to the Past players here, so should be a fun one.
So I guess the real question that I can ask in regards to the open of this seed is, where do you think Sanctuary is going to be?
Oh, let's put it in the Dark World.
Oh, good, the Pyramid Star. That's always fantastic.
I mean, it depends. So sometimes having that easy Dark World access is really nice, especially if you get an early Moon Pearl. You get a free item right away off the pyramid, and sometimes it's just awful.
Tracy, you know it's going to be 10 arrows in the pyramid, and you will like it.
I mean, if you get an early bow, sometimes... have you ever actually gone out of your way to pick up 10 arrows because you have an early bow and you just haven't gotten arrows? I've done that.
I mean, I picked up arrows only because of the fact that I'm like, oh, I only have 3. I should remedy this.
Yep, absolutely.
Let me see. I'm about ready to go up to the Mimics and Ganon's Tower. I might want to go ahead and pick up these arrows that are on the torch.
Powder. Right, early powder is nice. I love early powder when you can just know when you find Magic Bat, you can just use it. Okay, where's our sync start? We're about to find out.
It's
just the Lost Woods. That's boring.
The convenience of the Lost Woods, and now
we got
with the bombs out of that Sanctuary chest means we're gonna go right inside.
Unfortunately, latebit finding Mini Moldorm Cave can't do anything with it because has nothing.
Oh, nice. The map to this dungeon. Oh, the hook shot.
The hook shot. Oh, I love an early hook shot. And latebit finds Spiral Cave. So, like, early advantage dataplet here, because look at this. He's going to be able to go and he's going to do Mini Moldorm Cave because he's got that hook shot. And he's going to be able to go and he's going to be able to do Spiral Cave if he wants to because he has that hook shot. Of course, he's going to go do the castle first. Because why not? Just ruin all my my plans there, you know? Come on, dataplet.
Well, the main idea here is if you find this to be the well, then that's another advantage you over somebody who starts right at the home, or we can find Hookshot Cave.
Wow. Oh, there's your 10 arrows, Rick.
One of like 100.
Fire
rod.
Oh, my.
Map of Skull Woods. And
just
a rupee.
Meanwhile, the fire rod is what we care about there. He's going to go ahead and check this.
He's thinking about it. Yeah. Because here's the problem. If you decide to go for this, you have to spend both of your bombs.
Yep. Yeah, I would consider not worrying about this right now, but I also, sometimes those early connectors can really pay off. And this one, all this one did is eliminate a rock you have to pick up when we get the glove later. So at least there's that.
And at least Data will be able to get the bomb back.
Okay, well, by the way, very nicely done in not taking a laser hit when he was doing that.
It looks like dataplet has done this maybe 1 or 2 times before.
You think?
I noticed that chat is calling out Data for not going up to the big key chest, considering the fact that Data does have a full magic bar and does have the fire rod to kill that Pokey.
Yeah, but on 3 hearts, I'm not doing that yet.
I think you're going to probably see some runners in this tournament who would try that, especially considering the fact that although that chest is not in logic, the chain chomps very well could be.
Chain chomps is in logic, which is pretty nasty when you think about it. When you have that early chain chomps requirement, not a fun check, but very, very doable.
And Latebit's going to go find that hook shot. I wonder if Latebit, knowing Mini Moldorm Cave is where it is going to go right back right now. It looks like that might be the plan.
Yeah, I would go. I would do Mini Moldorm and Spiral right here. Just knock those off right now. 5 items in Mini Moldorm, an item and a connector in Spiral Cave. And you hope Spiral Cave really doesn't go anywhere useful. I mean, you wouldn't mind if it went someplace like marginally useful in terms of where we want to go right now, but not a location that you ever have to go back to.
Speaking of places that you might have to go back to, we found the well is behind Agate Tower completion.
It's bait. Always bait. Well behind Agate 2 is always, or behind Agate 1 is always bait.
We do find our first bottle on the NPC. That's all that Latebit found. And Latebit's not going to go through Spiral Cave at this point.
No, I mean, I don't blame him for not wanting to do Spiral Cave. It is a slow check, but, you know, it's just one of those things where I just like to get that over and done with. And Latebit, are we going to... Oh, both runners are picking up the bug net. That's one of my favorite items to leave sitting in the forest and just never pick up.
All right, we're going to go check to see what we have over at the
useless
ferry entrance.
Bad news of the well location. Well, we've got money now.
Yeah, the question turns into, do you choose, especially since you just got 400 rupees, do you choose to do the hula hand?
If my plan is to go back to Link's house right now, I can see doing it. If my plan is to do anything else, then I don't need that money with just having picked up 500 rupees.
Dataplet does want to see what we have over at the potion shop.
Yeah, I don't blame him there either, because so many people still do the hula hand start at the very beginning of the game that just knocking this off. My favorite thing to find, because I don't do the hula hand start either, but my favorite thing to find in that location is someplace that has an item but is like behind bombs or something, and so that the early hula handers wouldn't have been able to get it either. They have to go back.
All right, so by my estimates, we have 4 drawdowns remaining. We have yet to see Ganon, Lumberjack, Lost Woods Thieves, and Magic Bat.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and of note, Latebit just dropping down into the useless ferry. I don't do that until I know where Ganon is.
Yeah, I think Latebit's on that idea that if it turned out to be Ganon, I'm just saving and quitting, and I'm just going to fake flipper my way over to the potion shop. All right, fire rod in hand, Dataplet's going to go and see what we have at this, which is in logic, which turns out to be a compass.
Like he's going to keep going.
Yep, these next 2 checks will be out of logic, but at this point, you're checking them.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really care about it being out of logic when we have access to the back of escape. It's when we have the lumberjack start or the pyramid start that you have to be a little careful about this, because
and what you all that you really do in this case is you just know if you get something important here that it's behind the Hyrule Castle small key, and therefore what you get is out of logic. So
and
when you're repairing logic later, it can give you a hint.
Yeah, when it depends on what the item is, how much you care. If it's a glove, I don't worry about that glove being out of logic, but I may be a little more skeptical about when I get my mitts, because there's not a lot of things behind those mitts. And a lot of them are really slow, i.e., Smith's purple chest. If it's something like a bow, then I just don't care. bow out of logic, I don't care. Maybe other than it might stop me from doing a GT climb if it's big key to Misery Mire, and yeah.
Get an all right big key right there.
Yeah, it's a good big key. There's Ganon, by the way. at the well.
Located
Yeah.
at the well, yep.
I mean, and the only way I care about that Misery Mire Big Key being out of logic is if Misery Mire's a pendant, and even then I might just clear it anyway if there's good reason to.
All right, Data has, or rather, latebit has chosen to go through Desert, which was at the guard collar left.
Well, we'll see if he actually goes through. He's definitely gonna check this one chest here. Probably gonna peek the torch. Oh, by the way, for those of you anti-hoverers, a new rule implemented: no hovering this tournament.
In addition to that, since you just brought that up, we're also in this tournament, there is a rule that you cannot Moldorm bounce. So in addition to not being able, Moon Pearl, okay, at the Dark Cross.
Nice. That's a great find for dataplet. I mean, that's that's behind a lamp, so not technically in logic, but you don't care. And Castle Tower small keys are the last thing I want to find, because if I get 2 of those, then that well starts looking awfully tempting, and I'm telling you, it's always bait. Not that I don't fall for it regularly.
Palace of Darkness small key discovered over there for latebit, as Data does come into the village too to search out its fun stuff.
But very likely that lamp is going to be fairly early in the progression. We're going to see it relatively soon.
Lamp!
Right there. Except, is that behind the hammer? That is behind the hammer.
Yes.
That's fun.
Or through some sort of shenanigans.
I mean, yeah, you could have the connector to hammer pegs and have to mirror to get to that. That is a thing that does exist.
Blind Tut just moved slightly.
That's 2 of our 5-item caves already.
And we get ourselves a PR big, yep.
That's an additional item in logic in that Turtle Rock entrance that we saw over on dataplet's side.
Yeah, Krista Roller Room. But yeah, just kind of discussing the format of this as we make our way through Kakariko Village. As in previous tournaments, it is an 8-week Swiss format. Week number 1 is technically going to be 2 weeks because of the holidays combined with SGDQ coming up next week. So the runners do have 2 weeks to complete this first match. There's our mirror.
Interesting.
And then once after that, I believe it is the top 16 go on to the brackets. There will be a play-in race for anything. Well, there's where Spiral ends up. There'll be a play-in race for anyone, I believe, at the level that would make it into the 16.
I think it usually ends up being 6 and 2.
Yeah.
I don't know what the numbers are this year, but I know regularly this tournament gets well over 150 entrants. So
yeah, and that's where they are this year as well. But it's going to be interesting to see. It is still the same format as it was last year as far as the Cross Keys mode. It is the 2023 version of the Cross Keys, where it is the 100%. It's the 100% locations as opposed to 100% inventory.
Yeah, I very much like that version because it's really nice. I mean, certain places aren't too bad, like pod, since you can always save 1 small key. Finding a pod key in one of those 6 pod key lock spots, not the worst thing ever. But knowing that the Thieves Town one is the big one, knowing that the Thieves Town small key is not going to be locking itself in the big chest, very much prefer that, because then you never know for sure when that dungeon actually becomes in logic, which, you know, I mean, not a huge effect, but, you know, every once in a while, you know, you're trying to put it off, you do it, and then you just never know.
And early on in the seed, we are going to grab maps to see if they're going to be valuable dungeon information. And one of our least valuable maps is already out of the equation when we found the Hyrule Castle map.
Yep. Hyrule Castle map, GT maps, the ones we don't care about. Unfortunately, you can't tell which one it is before you pick it up.
And it looks like at this point, latebit is going to go back into desert and see where those connectors go.
Yeah, I could see that. Looks like the Smiths didn't travel very far.
Yeah, we just have 20 rupees over here on the ledge as well. So nothing important. And Desert Right comes out on Death Mountain. And we do have a hook shot early. So we got a lot of things to do on this mountain.
Yeah, we'll probably rescue the old man. Sadly, we know we're not going to have the lamp for it. We might get a sword before to make it very virtually free. Hookshot's a pretty easy item to use, though, to get through the dark room, to get that old man. That save and quit spot is just so nice to have. Well, most of the time it's so nice to have. I've definitely had my share of wow, this is useless, old man start spots.
Yeah, especially both of them.
Yeah.
There's no greater feeling than doing that and finding out, well, I can't do anything with this. Well, I can't do anything with this either.
Yep. And looks like dataplet is in desert. We'll get the item here. We'll see if he also decides to go check one side or the other.
There's your sword.
See? Okay, now the dark room is free. I always say it's the first dark room you should learn if you're learning this game.
What's the second?
That's a good question. Maybe just the eastern one to get over to the big key chest. I'm not sure though. That one's pretty easy. I don't think I ever learned that one. I just did it.
Just watch out for those staffos. All right, so we're going to see what Desert Left goes to, and Desert Left takes us over to K45.
Yeah, never hate getting a out-of-the-way mirror spot over with. Don't have to worry about that location ever again.
We just got some information from latebit. Our 5/6 compliments of the bomb shop, Desert and Ice.
Okay, not bad. And of course, Yoshi, one of my favorite sprites that latebit's using. With one of my favorite bunny sprites. And, you know, Yoshi always looks so excited when he picks things up.
I mean, Yoshi's always excited. Doesn't matter what Yoshi's picking up, Yoshi's always excited.
Now, a little bit of interesting situation here. So, latebit is going to be able to clear all these. Going to probably rescue the old man. With the mirror, we'll be guaranteed. You know, we already seen the Tower of Hera entrance. That's the one spot that sometimes can get you if you don't have a mirror yet. But when he goes, if he decides to do the two Dark World entrances, if there's anything in there, he's not going to be able to get them. Whereas dataplet is, and so there might be a little bit of interesting, might be an interesting situation there.
Right, because Data does have the Moon Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Although some caves you can do shenanigans in order to find out what's inside.
Yeah, the mirror will, you do the mirror trick, depending on the cave. Yeah, that would work.
All right, old man gives us 300 rupees.
Well, money's just not going to be an issue today, darn. And
hey,
we find Eastern. Dataplet's going to go in.
School of Two Different Thoughts.
Eastern's a weird dungeon because it's one of the more linear dungeons, and you're going to be retracing your steps in here when you come back later. And of course, what I really hate about this Eastern dip, and sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't, is that you're risking a triple dip Eastern Palace if there's something in that big chest, and then bow is later.
So latebit went through the Elder's Cave at the top of the mountain and has now discovered the pathway to the floating island, and we do see a shovel in the library. And hi, Hyrule Castle, right?
Okay, so if latebit sticks with this, he's going to get his Moon Pearl too, so that's good for him. I see no reason why you wouldn't just do this here.
Especially when you have the sword, so you can get through the other of the dark rooms in the Dark Cross.
Also, the mirror too. Won't have to damage down. We'll be able to just kill the ball and chain guard. Won't have to do a death warp.
Yeah, but it's going to be a little bit longer for latebit to kill the ball and chain guard because he doesn't have the fire rod.
No, but he could just use pots. It's not that much slower.
Right, it's just a few seconds tops difference here.
And I don't think dataplet's found anything interesting in Eastern yet.
Well, chat hasn't really screened out anything major, so I think this has so far become a fruitless Eastern dive for dataplet, but we still have the big key chest coming up in just a moment.
Which is not in logic, because we don't have the lamp, but the lamp's got to be early in the logic because of where that Moon Pearl is. So I'm certainly not concerned about that at this point if I'm dataplet.
All right, Data finds a map.
Yay.
And we'll find out before Data leaves the mountain that it's the 5-6.
Yep, not the map that, I mean, you know, you're not thrilled about finding the map. And most runners, like, I don't find it really common to check your maps very often because you walk in the dungeon and you just see the C or the P. So he'll find out when he gets the, when he talks to the bomb guy.
Yeah, our restreamer Star is telling us that there was a unique item in Eastern Palace.
Yes, it was a single arrow. Mm-hmm. Woohoo.
I can feel that woohoo over here, Tracy. There's the Moon Pearl. And so latebit dropping down that middle got nothing that was something that you're going to see dataplet missing out on for a little bit here. This is the Hyrule Castle, right? Which, of course, the entrances already exist through Kakariko Village. And hey!
I have mixed feelings about a connector into pod like that. It's really nice to not have to walk all the way up there to see that it's nothing. On the other hand, now you have Kiki's trailing you. I have at times, if I've had a lot of money, just taken him back and opened it up just to not have to deal with this every single time. But he'll disappear as soon as we screen transition.
Yep, there's your mirror right there.
Or mirror. I don't know if that's where latebit meant to mirror.
I think that was just that was just the get rid of Kiki without losing health. Because currently at 4.5 hearts, these things hit like a truck, and you can't get hit by too many of these things.
Everything's 2 or 3 hearts right now, so yeah. Dataplet's still walking around the mountain.
Yeah, I'm about to find the bomb shop coming up in just a moment. So that dive to Eastern now worth even less to Data.
Mm-hmm. Might have hookshot one of those fairies in this situation. 4 hearts, no mail.
Nah, we'll just go ahead and hookshot the enemies so they don't come and eat you.
That works too.
Yeah, it does. And latebit's going to head over towards the pyramid. We'll get to see what that item is freely standing. At this point in time, what latebit's doing is out of logic, but you don't care. It's about efficiency at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, lamp logic is one of those things where, as long as you have a fire rod, you can kind of ignore it. You just kind of expect to find... You can't... In this scenario, you can't completely ignore it, because we are going to need that hammer. So, it is the kind of thing... So we're not going to find a hammer anywhere here, unless there is that connector that'll dump us off at Hammer Pigs.
And there's your Hyrule Castle key. And as such, we now have that Meyer Big Key closer to being in logic.
What I hate about what latebit's doing right now, and I would do the same thing. I hate it when I can't get into this middle entrance here.
Data just took a death. I don't think that was intentional. Old man takes you where he does.
Okay, yeah, so we're just, yeah, we got Swamp Palace there, and there was a there was a letter there. I didn't see what the letter was. You can't lift the rock, so at least it's the one that we can just not have to come over for these entrances. I imagine dataplet will now check the back entrance. Oh, interesting. Latebit's gonna be done with this area. I guess there really wasn't much else to do, because we can't get to Catfish without a hammer or a glove. Actually, we need a glove for Catfish, a hammer to just get to the Dark Potion shop.
Or flippers, yeah.
There's that fire rod for latebit.
And that was Old Man back over there at Flute 5, so...
Not great start points. If we get a flute, the Ice Rod Cave area is not so bad.
Yeah, having Old Man be where he was, the front entrance being next to Swamp, will be good later on, but we still have a long way before we can even discuss that Swamp Palace.
Oh yeah, no flippers, no dam, no small key. We do have the hook shot.
Yay.
Hook shot's my favorite item, so yay.
I mean, the hook shot's nice to have. It's just we
need more.
We need more to get to where the hook shot does us good. All right,
exactly.
So both runners have chosen not to do the search through Turtle Rock at this stage. Those chain chomps are probably where the hammer is at this point.
Yeah, I don't know that latebit's even seen that Turtle Rock location. Unless I missed him just checking it now.
Yeah, I feel like he had to, because he was walking right by it when he came out of hookshot.
Because that's how dataplet saw it. Cat saying he saw it. Thank you.
Ice Rod Cave was located just south of Link's house for data, and it's just got 3 bombs.
And now we're getting a fake flipper from latebit. Maybe just hoping to spike an item here.
Yeah, just answering chat, we have not seen either item in Turtle Rock, either be the big key chest or the Chain Chomp's chest at all.
Yeah, Turtle Rock would be on my mind if I'm dataplet. I wouldn't have done it when he got there, again, because he has 3 hearts at the time. Latebit, by the time he got there, I might have done it.
In my opinion, both runners had the fire rod, so that room becomes less trivial when you do have that. Yeah, it still is a room that you have to be extremely careful in. It can very much end your happiness in a seed. It's just, it's still a thing that you probably could have done, at least to better route. And we're going to get our first look here of what the item is inside a Spiral Cave.
But yeah, I mean, at this point, I would definitely be doing those Turtle Rock things before I'd be doing the fake flippering that Latebit's doing. We see a small key there. That's one of the worst things to see there, because, yeah, you might have to come back for that. You might not. You might come back for it and find out it's Mire 3, you know? And I don't believe we have anything to do Splash Delete with, so we're not going to be able to get that right now. And just 10 arrows
just
for Zora.
10 arrows. Hooray! So right now, according to my viewing of this seed, we've only got like 3 entrances that are still in logic, and we have not, and correct me if I'm wrong, we have not seen what the Hyrule Castle, the escape, or rather the Uncle passageway. We haven't seen what that drop down is yet.
No, we haven't, because I think both runners got distracted by Hookshot Cave at the Hyrule Castle entrance. It's one of the reasons why I really like to leave that drop down to my last drop down, because my hope is that I've already seen Ganon, because I just want to drop down and know I'm not going to have to up it. Sorry, wrong game. No, I'm not going to have to save and quit out of there.
Data's going to see the shovel here, and Pod at Swamp. We haven't seen any of this.
We have 1 small key, so there's a handful of things in logic here.
3 things that we can do here.
3 in logic things, and 2 more we can get to either with a Mimiclip, or we do have Latebit does have a couple bottles. And well,
this is a small key to this dungeon.
Yeah, the second small key doesn't actually put anything into logic.
Right, it doesn't do anything, but it's still just funny to see.
It's funny to see, and it makes it tempting to go further, because there's a lot of out of logic things you can do. All the 4 small key stuff. Oh my god. We need 1 more. Give us 1 more.
This is a small key to this dungeon.
I once found 4 small keys in pods, so like this isn't the strangest thing ever. Ganon's Tower big key, not the big key you want to find.
Now we get to our sequence breaking portion of our ride. Or no. Latebit's just going to go deeper. Maybe I'll find the bow somewhere. It's not going to be in logic, but maybe I'll find the bow somewhere.
Wonder if he'll use both keys here.
Alright, downstairs we go. Obviously not in logic because we do not have the lamp.
Yep, Fire Rod does not put this in logic. A book.
Literature.
Would have been nice to have had that when we were on Death Mountain before, so we could know whether we care about the tablet.
Yeah, but, you know, sometimes the order of operations don't really care what you want.
No. Okay, so Latebit is going to save that 1 small key. Isn't going to go ahead and check the 6-key locked Harmless Hellway check. Might be seeing that hammer jump again, because, you know, the big chest. Can't get to it right now. Thank goodness we have a mirror, because that heart piece gave us a refill.
And that's the worst thing when you start setting up for a death warp and then you get a heart piece that fills up your life. It's like, why, game? All right, nothing behind 6 pods, and latebit's just going to save. Not even going to do the mimic clips here. We're just going to move on. And so my approximations here is that we have the Hyrule Castle, the escape drop down. We have the Spiral Cave entrance. And other than that, there's a potential of a bunny walk scenario.
I mean, we won't be actually bunny walking, but the game might have intended us to bunny walk.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be trying to figure out where the logic is taking us, because that lamp is going to put that moon pearl in logic, and that lamp is most likely behind the hammer. So, and I want the hammer. We need the hammer. Hammer hard required. We have to do Ice Palace. So yeah, I'm going to be actively looking for that hammer right now.
And there's still another possibility here, is that this connector here that Data is in, the spectacle rock dropped down to the bottom. It puts you somewhere that
we saw it.
The hammer turns out to be.
No, we actually saw the entrance to the back in Kakariko somewhere. But have we checked the exits out of Hyrule Castle?
Yes, the Hyrule Castle front entrance is the magic or the fortune teller north of Kakariko Village. Left is in Kakariko Village. The right is on Death Mountain during that middle drop down.
Okay. I knew we'd seen 2 of them because both of the runners had entered in different locations. Okay,
right,
we're gonna see
here
this
we go.
drop down
Both
now.
runners simultaneous drop down. This is either Magic Bat or the Thief. Is Magic Bat.
And we do have powder.
We have early powder.
This could be our hammer.
And there
it is. Wow, they could have had that super early. Like the powder was in Link's house.
Also, shoutouts to latebit doing the chest turn while doing the magic powder, so it was facing to the left. So the lamp is in logic, and we do have the fire rod.
I'd go get it. It just... I think at worst it's going to be time neutral. And if you make mistakes without it, then it's going to be time positive. Or if you would have made mistakes without it, it becomes time positive. Because dark rooms are slow.
And latebit is heading up to the mountain at this point in time. Might be considering heading over towards the dark world and start checking the south area with the hammer pegs.
And yeah, so dataplet's going to go ahead and grab that lamp. It's a touch more valuable for dataplet because he hasn't seen Pod yet. And that dark maze is going to go much faster.
And there's the lamp pickup for dataplet, and Star reminding people in chat that the powder was at Link's house.
Yeah, powder at Link's house. Both runners got distracted by the by this hookshot cave.
And welcome back, Kiki.
This is why sometimes I just pay him off. Interestingly enough, that hammer does give us some additional access to the south of Dark World. So we'll be able to do Dig Game and Stumpy and all those things.
And that's what I think latebit is doing right here. Going to go to the hammer pegs and just do everything we have available. Or no, we're not. We're just going to head over to the other side. Oh, we're going to hook shot over.
Oh, you can do that too.
We're hook shotting over towards the Graveyard Ledge area.
That's also available. I might have done the south first. The thing I like about going to the south is that it's got 2 guaranteed items. And then you can do this later. I mean, he's going to do the full loop, so he's going to get there. But I just, the allure of the 2 guaranteed items would have probably taken me that direction first. But we do have hookshot, so all this stuff's going to be in logic.
Looks like Data is considering. Oh, we're going to go through another
Ooh, this
connector
is
that we saw
interesting.
earlier, which is Death Mountain Descension.
Yeah, and this is one of those. This is a dark room I just don't bother with. Most of the time, I'm just gonna see both ends of it anyway. But you know, if I have the lamp and I know that's coming, okay, that didn't really do much for us, did it? I'm not sure there's anything dataplet hasn't seen over here, and he's not the one with the book, so he's not gonna be able to go check that tablet.
And is that the first shop we've seen?
Maybe. This game
It's crazy we haven't seen a shop.
Yeah,
outside the bomb shop.
This game shops just don't play a big factor in Link to the Past.
Until you run out of bombs, and then you
run
need
out
to
of
find a shop.
Isn't that the truth? And of course, restaurants with the keys.
Okay, I haven't been paying attention. That's fine. That's a fair thing. I'm not looking for those. Hey, there's the capitalism fairy. Choose not to pick up any upgrades with our 802 rupees.
And dataplet's going to follow latebit into the dark world.
And we get our 4th appearance of Kiki.
Just won't go away. Can somebody get these runners a glove so they don't have to go through this convoluted path to get to the dark world?
You know, I was going to laugh if we just saw the glove right there on Bumper Ledge, just as you were saying that, and it turned out not to be the case.
Yeah, that would have been pretty funny, but we can't get that right now. We'll be able to get something here.
Graveyard Ledge is a small key, and it turns out to be Pod 4.
Okay.
Which would put that book in logic.
It does. Book wasn't in the rupee area. It was in the turtle room, right?
That was in the rupee room.
Okay. Oh, right. We have the lamp is in logic, so who cares? Just because latebit is choosing not to pick it up. Now, latebit might just go ahead and route that in with the Village Outcast. Could mirror, grab it, and go right back to his route here.
And we do know that Skullwoods is a crystal, thanks to that C that's in the top left corner. Is this a soft lock woods, though? No, it's not.
We have the fire rod, so we actually get to check this entrance. I don't like going to this Skullwoods check unless I have at least one of fire rod or big key. Okay, that's one side of Bumper Cave, so we hope to see the other side, never have to worry about that again. Can't go through that side because we don't have the cape. It's not the hookshot side.
Yeah, the main thing though is that we're still missing four of our force outs.
Yeah, and that could be relevant there.
Oh
no.
Late bit.
All that work. You get grabbed.
Yeah, this room is just not going Late Bit's way.
See,
those are causing trouble.
I just fire rod to give. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I do. If magic's gonna be an issue, you can grab the pot in the little side room.
Ever had that pot just despawn on you?
Yes, I have.
Worst feeling ever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, I'll be fine. I'll just get the pot here. Wait, where is it?
Oh!
Yeah, that's a good find.
There's your magic. Dataplet's just around the corner, though, so we'll have that bow in short order.
All right, we're gonna have to leave that big chest behind for now.
Yeah, you hope it's nothing, but it probably is.
And I didn't see. I think we hiccuped there for a second. I didn't see what the other item was, but Latebit is going to grab the small key, which I think is always the thing to do, so that you don't have to rely on finding a skull with small key later.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything major lit up on the tracker, on their tracker, that is. So it appears to be something of no major things and no major details and whatnot. Bear with us just a moment here, Tracy. It's day number 1 of the Crosskeys Tournament.
But the Crosskeys Tournament's back, so yay!
Yes, indeed, which means 8 weeks of Swiss action featuring your favorite runners.
All right, Village Outcast for Latebit. There's Castle Tower. We can get 2 items here. And we hope to never see the second small key and get baited into doing the well. Latebit's going to go ahead and do this in the dark since he has not picked up that lamp yet.
I wonder if he's going to choose to pick up the lamp when he makes his way over to that part of the world here. I mean, he's already in that general area, but if he's going to mirror the King of Samaria.
Nice. We need that. Well, actually, we don't know if we need that. We probably need that.
I'm going to call it now. We do.
I mean, it's not impossible. Oh. Wait.
Well. Okay, so first of all, we have TR Laser Bridge, and secondly, there's a letter P that's trying to prove me wrong.
Pod Big Key. That's a good one.
How about the Skullwood's Big?
Thanks, game. We were literally just there. And
how about the mushroom?
Mushroom, everybody's favorite. Hopefully we get a flute relatively soon to make that mushroom really easy to turn in.
We aren't.
I mean, I can hope.
Tracy, you've called like, what, 500 games at this point?
Something like that.
You know this game doesn't want to be nice to these runners.
None of the games like to be nice to the runners. I call a few different games, and none of them are nice.
They're nice
Easiest
to
dark room
the viewers.
In the game. Easiest dark room in the game, just hold up. At least the easiest from that direction. And
hey, this is a small key to this dungeon.
So nice for dataplet that he'll have that pod big key and probably I guess he'll have a few small, yeah, because there were 2 in the dungeon, so he's gonna be able to do all the 4 key stuff. Probably gonna be able to do everything but the boss. Actually, no, he could do the boss, couldn't he?
Yeah, because Data does, by the way, for our tracker purposes, we do see Data with the bow.
Yeah, he absolutely picked that up. So
that was happening during our hiccup issues.
Yeah, so if I'm dataplet, when I find pod, I'm just gonna leave, just not check the big key chest, and do everything else.
And there's our bumper ledge. And there's our dam.
And we still can't do swamp. We're still a flippers away from being able to do anything in swamp. Now, that's just one check, but... There's laser bridge for dataplet. Going to use iframes to get the first one. Yeah, because this is not in logic, the laser bridge checks, because we don't have a safety item or or triple shield.
Yeah, we have not even seen a single shield yet. latebit has chosen not to pick up the lamp, which, I mean, latebit's a skilled runner.
I don't care how skilled you are. I think it saves time. I think you're better off with it. Now, is it likely to be the difference between whether he wins or loses? I seriously doubt it. But, I mean, the only way I'm not picking up the lamp in this scenario, in a game like this, well, first of all, you have to have the fire rod, because you can't beat the game without some sort of fire. That condition is fulfilled. But I want silver arrows before I'm skipping a lamp, because I don't want to be relying on a torch glitch with the fire rod.
At the minimum, I'd like to see half magic.
Yeah, and then 3, I would rather be done with my dark dungeons. Dataplet being really careful with these laser skips. I'm bad at these, so without the boots. With this kind of health, I usually just tank damage. I'll do the iframe trick that we'll see again here from Dataplet. And then I'll just tank the damage from the other 2.
There's the mushroom. We head over towards the dig game. This is something you mentioned earlier, that you would have done this in the first sweep through, and, well...
Well, I mean, I would have... Yeah, I mean, what I would have done is I would have done the south and then separately done the north. But, like, it's not a big difference. The only real benefit that would have given us is the having the Skullwoods big key before going to the Skullwoods area. So this would have given you that one extra free check. Bombos is interesting.
Yeah, because when we find ice, that could make a few things possible there.
So we have the fire rod, so it'll be doable. But the cold stare fight itself, if you can save a little magic by using bombos for that first stage, and then have extra fire rod shots, especially given that at the moment we're only on fighter sword.
And as of this moment, we can't even get to cold stare.
No glove.
Data's doing the reverse route through Turtle Rock, and we're going to finally see what is at the chain chomps that I've been inquiring about for a while here.
And we'll get the Out of Logic big key chest as well. Interestingly enough, it looks like Dataplet didn't pick up the... I don't know where the map was. Doesn't have the Turtle Rock map. Does not know this is a pendant.
And maybe in pod.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Speaking of pod, welcome back, latebit. Oh, Quake. Okay, we might need that.
Yeah, Quake is usually the least useful of the medallions. Although if you have no other good weapons in Ice Palace, it's really good on Pengators. I wonder if Dataplet's just going to take this all the way to the front.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
Oh, he's going to check the items, but I wonder if he's going to actually exit, or if he's going to mirror and get back to the checks that he was doing. Small key for Skullwoods. We don't care about that. On the Bombos tablet.
The only thing that tells us is that Mothula is behind Master Sword.
Yep. Oh, flippers for Dataplet.
That's actually a pretty solid find right there for Dataplet. Let's see what we have over here. And I'm interested in seeing where this entrance goes out. I don't see going through all of this and not going through that front entrance.
Yeah, I agree.
At this point.
So latebit's going to go ahead and use the small key here. This is probably, I'm guessing that we'll not see the big chest until he gets another small key to be able to also do the harmless hellway. We'll see. I think he's just going to take the right side to the back, which I think is fine. Like, sometimes, you know...
Oh, we're mirroring. Okay, we're not going to even check it.
Oh, I kind of... I mean, I get it. You want to continue this path. There's a lot of stuff that you're checking over here. But, boy, I really did want to see where that front was. Especially given that there are quite a few of those forced connectors that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, especially like the TR bridge, which would open up 2 new entrances to us.
Ooh, Master
There's
Sword.
our Master Sword.
Nice. And
Oh, if latebit really wants to, latebit can now go ahead and pick up that Skullwood Small. Although,
I don't think you picked that up.
no, you don't. You do not.
I mean,
only if you had the soft lock woods and you wind up having to use up that key somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Thief Sound is located over at the Quarling Brothers left, so you have to mirror to get into it.
Yeah,
all right, we're gonna have our first boss fight of this game, and we don't know if this is going to be for a pendant or crystal, so it's time. Do you think this is a pendant? Do you think this is for a crystal?
I think this is going to be for a crystal. We've already seen one pendant. We know that Turtle Rock is a pendant. We've got most of the things for this. We're still missing 2 small keys.
All right, 17 hammer hits.
Ooh, down to 2
Although
hearts.
we gotta be a
careful.
little careful.
Okay,
there we
we're
go.
done. I didn't see dataplet use his potions, but he's buying a couple, so he must have at some point.
Green pendant.
Oh, well, okay.
We have not seen Saha, so that's an additional check.
So when he gets to Saha, he gets to have an extra check. I mean, dataplet's gonna finish this dungeon too when he gets there. I can't imagine he doesn't.
We're not going to check the big key chest, which makes sense to latebit because this gives him an extra incentive to go back when he gets another key.
Yeah, I would wait until you get another key so you can check both the big chest and the harmless hellway. Whereas when dataplet gets there, since he hasn't done any of the back stuff, he'll do the harmless hellway and probably orphan the big key chest.
I do love the chat's alternative uses for the mirror here. Although I do agree that is the wrong Zelda game. All right, we're going to actually check to see a brand new entrance, which is the Agate Tower entrance, now that we have the Master Sword.
Yeah, I hate having to go up here twice. It happens all the time, though. You don't really want to leave those other 2 entrances. And it's nothing.
It fakes us out with Hype Cave. But it's the other kind.
Not so Hype Cave. You know, we're still missing quite a few dungeons. We haven't seen Misery Mire. We haven't seen Ice Palace. We haven't seen the Back of Desert. We haven't seen Ganon's Tower.
We haven't seen Hera either.
Haven't seen Tower Hera.
And we haven't seen the back of, yeah, that's right, we don't have a glove yet. We haven't seen the back of Skull Woods.
Right, yeah, another one. Okay, now Dataplet's gonna find Pod. He'll have a more efficient Pod, but I do expect him to finish this for the green pendant. So if there's something on Saha, it's not gonna be advantage anybody.
It's equal.
Yeah. So Dataplet doesn't know he's finishing this dungeon yet because he's gonna get this small key. And then he's gonna get another small key, which gives you 4, which gives you enough to do everything but leave one of your 6 key locked locations. Right now, if I'm Dataplet, I'm thinking, okay, now I have to leave Harmless Hallway and Big Key Chest, and then I'll get this small key, and I'm like, okay, now I just leave Big Key Chest.
We are starting to run low of things to do at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Although Paradox
Cave, this is 6-7 items. I think this was over at the Dark Shopping Mall, so I missed latebit probably doing some fake flippering to get over here. Doesn't know this is actually in logic because we have access to the flippers in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I went from the Dark Potion over towards here, which is always a fun battle of how does the RNG stack up for you with the enemies there.
It's a little scary. It's scarier now. Funny enough. Because when what was it, a couple years now since they've made the change where you don't die instantly, but you kind of slow lock?
Yes.
I'd rather it still be that you die.
Instead of having to wait for a minute for you to actually spawn in a new location.
Yeah, yep. I mean, ideally, if you fake flipper, you put yourself in a position where you can just reset if you have to. Latebit was not in that position. Definitely way too much progress to reset in that situation. So Dataplet's going to do this. Yeah, see what Dataplet's doing right now is he's going to go ahead and beat this dungeon, and then we'll probably do the backup afterwards.
All right, so the Paradox Cave is flipper blocked because both entrances are part of our remaining force outs.
And the bad force outs, the one, well, the worst one, the desert one, which doesn't get you anything, and then the one that takes you to the Dark Death Mountain spot at the Turtle Rock, normal Turtle Rock laser bridge, which sometimes is useful if you have a mirror. But in this case, even though we have the mirror, we've seen those entrances already. So, you know, like it does give latebit an additional location he can go to. He doesn't have to go back to the Dark Shopping Mall, but it isn't. It's much better when you find that and you haven't done those.
So I'm going to bring up at this point a couple of things that we still have that we haven't seen from either runner. We haven't seen DDM, the 2 entrances on the right side of Dark Death Mountain. We have not, with Data picking up the flippers, we do not know what that key is on Zora Ledge. That could be Swamp Small for all we know.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Yeah.
Now, chat's talking about it not being in logic just yet because it's right in the front area, and we do need, what is it, all 4 smalls in order to get to it?
The Turtle Rock, it depends. If the exit, so that's a 4 key lock location if the front entrance of Turtle Rock is not required.
Okay, so Incoherence mentioning it's all 4.
Yeah, it's all 4 if that entrance is not accessible. Since we don't know where that entrance is yet, because Dataplet didn't go all the way. If Turtle Rock entrance is just available, then the flippers are completely in logic. So.
All right, Latebit's gonna go see this is the other side of the Death Mountain Descension Cave. No lamp still.
If he's counting his dark entrances, I don't know if I guess we probably haven't seen the front of the old man.
We did. It's at Graveyard Ledge.
Okay, so then we've seen all of the dark entrances. You just kind of count them off when you don't have a lamp. And once you get to 4, you know, okay,
so
that's
it looks
all
like. So it looks like logically, Tracy, what we're still missing, the DDM checks, which we're about to get from Latebit here, and Desert Main.
Yeah, that's a good one. And dataplets? What? Not hammer
Ending
jumping?
the key. Okay.
Okay. I mean, if you don't hammer jump.
Yep, and there's Latebit getting the confirmation that that's the other side of Descension. And now we're going to drop down, see what are at these 2 entrances. Chess games, nothing.
And look, to be clear, I don't fault anybody if there's a trick that they choose not to learn.
Okay, there's your TR4.
Okay. I don't expect it, you know. Like hammer jump is for Key Sandy in particular, hammer jump is
TR3.
very powerful. So just a little surprise at that. There's several things that I just have never picked up because I just don't care. All right, well, Dataplet's gonna get this Skullwood small key. And I would call this time neutral, because now assuming that Skullwoods is required, actually no, it's a crystal, we already saw that. He won't have to get the Gibdo key, so the amount of extra time it takes to have pick that up instead of being able to just read it, he'll get that back when he doesn't have to kill the Gibdo. I'm assuming that he doesn't run into another small key somewhere. This is a new entrance for us.
Yeah, here we go, Desert Main. This is the other one that we're talking about.
Yep.
And Misery Mire, and it's a crystal. That cane is required.
And we have everything to do this.
And we already knew that the cane was likely to be required because the flippers were where they were.
Yeah. It would have to be Swamp and Mire would have to be the other 2 pendant. No, wait. I think
we already know
guaranteed.
Pop was a pendant.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. We only had 2 pendants left. So yeah, we couldn't have both Swamp and Mire be pendants.
Yeah, there's the flippers for Latebit. Now, Latebit knows there's the key on that ledge, right? Latebit was the one who did Zora.
Yes.
He came in TR right, Jay Cooper, which is on DDM.
Map to Eastern.
And
Very
this
small.
is definitely not in logic what dataplet's doing, because all of this is locked behind the 3 Mire keys.
Yeah, I always say that if you're gonna skip this, you're skipping this more because of it being slow rather than it being out of logic.
Right.
I usually will check this because it's 15 seconds for the cutscene, but enough times it's something either required or something nice enough. And how many times have you just kept finding those Mire small keys after you're long done with Misery Mire?
Mire area.
The key to Swamp is a thing.
So Latebit's gonna get into Mire real soon, and there's Saha who just gives us bombs.
Well, didn't have to do that.
Desert's
Small
small,
desert. Okay,
and there's
that's
our
a couple
first
of checks.
or our first shield, rather.
Shield, yep. So interestingly enough, this exit doesn't quite answer the logic for the flippers, because now the question is, are they behind 4 Turtle Rock small keys, or are they behind the mitts and the flute?
I have a feeling we're going to find out the answer to this through this mire that we see data in right now.
Ooh,
Boots! Big chest!
Everything's better with boots.
And there's Skullwood's back. And yeah, that is correct. Shovel is in the library, so fancy a dig.
Yeah, like I when I see a library when I don't have boots, I really want it to be nothing. A nice refill for dataplet on that heart piece, though.
Yeah, still had to throw one of those away due to the falling down, but
probably doesn't want sword beams anyway. It's fine.
It's okay. It's perfectly fine. This is fine.
Now this is not a free vitreous fight. I will point out, because we don't have. I guess it's equal to kind of the low percent NMG fight here, because we have the Master Sword. Now he does have 2 bottles of blue that he bought recently. So we'll,
yes, the low percent legacy. All right, so Skullwoods is done for late bit. We get ourselves a crystal. We're going to remind ourselves that we still have to get this chest down here.
I always get this first. I think it's faster to get it second, but I always forget it if I don't.
I do the same, Tracy. And then I sit there and go, okay, why did the swamp small have to be there?
Yeah. Or pick your favorite dumb item. Okay, so just 20 rupees.
Yep. And Agina, also another item cave over here.
Get switched to arrows pretty soon if I were dataplet.
We're fine. We're fine. This is fine.
Maybe you got 30 arrows.
Big key to Thieves Town.
Thieves Town, okay. That's another dungeon we can do. We can't quite complete it because we don't have the small key. I don't know that you rush back to Thieves Town right away, but definitely going to be on dataplet's radar to get to.
And here comes Misery Mire for late bit.
We're going to get some boots checks here immediately from dataplet.
Yeah, this totally makes a lot of sense. And it's a Mimic Cave.
Always nice to find this with the hammer already.
You never find this without. You never find this with the hammer.
I mean, dataplet just did.
Because confirmation bias.
I know, right? Well, we already had the library without boots, so I guess the game's going to be not completely awful to us.
Yeah, it's going to put a fetch quest there just because.
But good for late bit, he's not going to be too far behind on getting those boots.
Yeah, the main thing right now for data will be, is the game going to provide you an alternate way to the Mire area? Because...
Oh, hello, Ice Palace.
Hi, Ice Palace in the Light World portion of that area.
Yeah, don't really want to do it right now because we can't complete it without gloves. And dataplet doesn't even have a small key to it, so would have to either what I would do is I steal the conveyor key if I'm in that situation. If I'm dipping Ice Palace without a glove or without a hammer, but preferably I just wait until I get a glove.
Chat noting a interesting element that is on dataplet's tracker, which we can see on the commentary here. Data has Meyer marked as a 5-6, not ice.
Would be relevant?
It could.
Could be completely not relevant. And it was a Meyer small on the Zora ledge. That's unfortunate. It'll be even more unfortunate if latebit goes back and gets it.
I mean, I figure latebit would at some point. Yeah, it's going to be unfortunate, but Hera is the other pendant. We now know all of our prize information.
Yeah, I was a little suspicious that we had all. We've seen the big key, we've seen the small key. We haven't seen the actual dungeon. But I was wondering if that was going to be our last pendant.
And remember, there is also a key on the torch here in Desert.
Oh, that's probably what dataplet's going for right now.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, he's not the one with the Desert small key. So can't get those 2 items yet.
Yeah, that Desert was, over on the Meyer area that latebit just saw?
Yep.
Yeah, that is a small key to Palace of Darkness.
Okay, so that's one more item that dataplet can get in pod. Latebit will be able to get the last item if he so chooses. Dataplet did not hammer jump, so has 2 locations in pod. Probably just not like if I'm dataplet, if I'm skipping both of those locations, I'm just waiting till I get all 6 pod smalls before I even bother going back. I think he's going to get to that Turtle Rock East entrance, and maybe this time he does go to the front. We'll see. It's a shorter trip than where he started from last time.
Yeah, that is the destination of data right now.
Yeah, is this...
Yeah, this takes you to the floating island.
Yep.
Good maneuvering through the dark room for latebit. Chat asking what's behind Lumberjack. Well, it's the well.
It's bait. It's the well, it's bait. Of course, we don't have the second Castle Tower small key to even think about that right now. Just $50 on the Ether tablet.
Yeah, we saw that from latebit earlier.
Latebit gonna have to do a little bit of ping pong or baseball or something because he doesn't have enough arrows to finish off Vitreous.
Yeah, just gotta be careful. You want to make sure your hammer hits actually hit the eyeball, because if you swing too early, ow!
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know.
I mean, it's the hammer hitbox.
Beautiful work.
And dataplet's just gonna grab that small key. That's no, he's has other ideas.
We're done. Back over towards the eastern part of the Dark World. So we get to say hello to Kiki for a 5th time.
No Kiki. Did he pay him off? And we missed it?
We're gonna find it right here.
Oh, right. Never mind. I'm dumb.
Hi, Kiki. Number 5. This may be the most appearances of Kiki the Mountain, of the monkey here.
It just makes me think of when Fred plays this game, and he always calculates how many times he can fail.
I know. I can only fail this like 21 times.
Yep. Well, in this case, I could only do this like 21 times, right?
Right side, desert. Big key, ice.
Okay. That is a to be determined. And arrows we don't care about.
Refills.
I mean, I always prefer to have the Ice Palace big key. I'm beginning to wonder if the game wants them to go into Ice Palace without a glove.
Why ever would this game make these runners go into Ice Palace that they can't beat to find an item that would require them to double dip ice?
Because the game is mean.
Yes, I know. Again, don't ask me how I know. I should check my messages to see if Will WC has gotten back in touch with me to find out when we're doing our match.
Do you know when the game's going to be mean to you?
Yeah, exactly.
That should be a good matchup, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good matches here coming up in week number 1 of this. One of the ones that I think I'm more intrigued by is Windblown Leaf versus Megawild, which is going to be Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern time, that is.
All right, dataplet's going to head over to the Dark Shopping Mall, and we'll find a whole lot of nothing in a Paradox Cave.
I mean, you think it's a whole lot of something when you find a 7-item cave. Oh, that's right. There's a shovel.
Yay. And nobody's turned in that mushroom.
You are right, Tracy. And latebit saying no to some upgrades. And there's a useless fairy turn-in.
I guess I'd slightly rather get an empty bottle than a bottle with a bee, because then I don't have to actually release the bee.
And there's latebit getting the dungeon information as well. He raises on tonight's agenda as well, which will be on the watch list. First week of the Crosskeys Tournament starting up today. Week number 1 is a 14-day excursion because of upcoming holidays, plus summer games done quick next week. All right, the shovel. Is it something useful?
Nope.
No. All right, latebit's about to get sadness in multiple ways.
I mean, I might jump in here if I'm latebit and see what I can get. I've got the big key. Ice is notorious for making you do it. Yeah, in fact, he's gonna go ahead and do it. He's got the small key, so he can just go down the right side with the icebreaker and get the extra out of logic check. Ice Palace is classic for having something really dumb, usually in the iced tea room.
Or the freezer room.
Nah, it's always iced tea. I can't tell you how many mirrors I found in iced tea. And why it's always the mirror, I don't know.
There's bombs.
The first easy check is bombs. But also, you know, we haven't gotten the Swamp Small yet, but we have access to the very first chest of Swamp. It's just a save and quit away.
Yay. Looks like dataplet's going to give us our next boots check with the King's Tomb. I think the next big discovery, and I think chat has picked up on it is going to be Ganon's Tower.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the other side of Bumper.
Okay, we don't have to worry about that anymore. That's nice. I did notice that latebit hit the switch. I'm a little surprised about that because you're probably not finishing this anyway. You have the big key, so you don't have to really care if the glove does show up. Yay! Skullwoods is in logic now. Woohoo!
I can feel the love behind that woohoo.
Actually, kind of. It's because that's still on the other side of Turtle Rock, which takes 4 small keys, or behind a flute/mitt. So I guess technically it's actually not in logic.
All right, so the search continues.
Big chest has... okay. I'll take a tempered sword.
All right. Here you go, iced tea. Oh, right. I forgot about this check, even though it's still not in logic. Wait, is it not in logic? Where did we find the skull big?
On Laser Bridge. So, no.
Okay, so it's not in logic.
Because we still don't have Cape Cane or enough shields. We've seen, I think we saw 2 different shields. I'm not sure. Oh, latebit has 2 shields. So he's probably got the one that dataplet has and then a different one as well. So I know the first one latebit got was not the same one that dataplet got.
Yeah, the first one that latebit got was on the back 3 of Zaha, which latebit had access to at the desert left because he went through Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so latebit, we've got nothing in Ice Palace, and he's gonna go ahead and get this sad little Misery Mire small key that does nothing for him.
And Data's about to find the dam.
Well, that's good. You can get that 1 item in Swamp now. Just save it. It's just 1 save and quit away.
So I think at this point, we've got Dark Bonk and that first item of Swamp that is probably not in logic. Question mark.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We're gonna see this first item in Swamp. And yeah, nothing we care about, just 10 arrows.
Absolutely nothing. latebit going through his options. Oh, right, Thieves Town.
Yeah, which without the small key, just Zelda cell and 2 out of logic locations. Now, I mean, unless there's something in the big chest, we don't really care.
Latebit is thinking, going through Hyrule Castle, heading up to the mountain.
What else have we not done on the mountain?
Nothing, but this is destination from part 1 to part 2.
We still don't have a glove.
No, we don't.
We still don't have a stinking glove game.
That's right, we don't.
Incoherent chat. The mushroom is rotting.
The pizza place has been looking for its mushrooms for like the last 50 minutes now. And by the way, hi Kiki number 6. And also, yes, it was on Laser Bridge.
Well, we're only 1 shield away from that being in logic.
1 shield, 1 cape, 1 cane. Kudos to dataplet for remembering one of the hardest tricks in the game.
Yeah.
Remembering that you don't have a glove for that room.
Yep. All right, now for the one in logic check in Thieves Town. It is a small key to Castle Tower. No! Oh, the bait is real.
Tracy, I don't think we can call it bait anymore. For those that are just tuning in at the 88-minute mark of this race, the well is behind the tree.
Yeah, and I'm here to tell you, I found more good stuff behind Aga 1 in Magic Bat Cave than in the well. But yeah, I find that second Castle Tower key, and I'm taking the bait and hoping that just this once.
All right, and blind is down for data, and we get ourselves 20 rupees. We get ourselves a crystal, nice boomerang toss in the middle.
We get a floating boomerang. That's cool. Now, the awful part is if your plan is to rush Castle Tower, then you're in a terrible position for that, for dataplet, because you have to go all the way around again.
Hi, Kiki, for a 7th time.
I mean, you can just go around. You don't actually have to pick up Kiki, but yeah. You could save and quit and do the trek into the dark world.
No, yeah, you're right. In this position, you would not make that trek. All right, we're going to get Dark Link Bonk at the same time. Survey says... Hey, we can play some games.
If we needed money, that'd be a good thing to find.
Sadly, friends, this is not Retrance. And latebit has just run around the circle, and yeah. We're not going into Thieves Town just yet.
Yeah, he may be waiting for the Thieves Town small key. Now, wouldn't it be wild if the logical thing that we found in the well was just the Thieves Town small key? Okay, now dataplet's gonna go...
Tracy, I would be mortified.
Dataplet's finally gonna go ahead and find the entrance of Turtle Rock, which will get him Skullwood's back, and a handful of other things.
All right, we got ourselves the mushroom churning. Wouldn't it be crazy if the thing we find behind the well is shield number 3?
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
And the glove is here on the potion turning.
Well, we're about to find out what the potion turning is. What do we got?
All right, it is
a compass.
Yay.
Ooh, you know, and what's really sad about? Oh, he's gonna go pick up the lamp. Yay! At this point, it's got less use because he's already done Meyer, but there is still torch glitch, and honestly, that's to me that's one of the bigger things. Of note, I didn't even catch this when latebit was there. It's ether to get into Misery Mire, so we couldn't even do it.
Yeah, that's the only entrance I have over there that's not checked. Well, that besides checkerboard, and well, we need a sort of glove situation in order to open up that. All right, we're going back up the mountain. Yes.
No, dataplet will get his Ice Pals big key, which might send him to Ice Pals, which we know has nothing unless it's in the hard hammer lock chest or on Cold Stare.
All right. Oh, we're digging Eastern.
Right?
We're digging
Dataplet
Eastern
did this,
and
what, an hour ago?
yes.
We know there's nothing here.
Yep. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, latebit has the one advantage of the knowledge that he can't possibly have to triple dip this because he's already got the bow. So after dataplet finishes this stuff in the Mire area, we're getting down to not much left. So this could be getting that castle tower play. Which does mean another pickup of Kiki, by the way.
I was expecting Kiki number 6 to be showing up right on latebit's side a moment ago, but here we are in Eastern instead.
I mean, give it time. He's got to, he's going to finish up this Eastern check.
Let me ask you this question. What do you think these runners are going through at this point? What's going on with them in their mental state? It's your week number 1. You want to get off on the right foot.
I'm concerned.
So would I.
Yeah, definitely concerned that, because my opponent always does the optimal route, right?
Yeah, your opponent is going to be perfect routing this thing. God routing it is what they call it.
I mean, there have been aspects from both our runners that have been good routing and nothing egregious. I mean, everything has been pretty much logical. But there's definitely there's always a more efficient path that you can take, right?
Yeah.
And you always assume that your opponent found it.
Although latebit is looking at the map right now, trying to figure out what exactly the seed wants me to do. There is the finish of the boss fight for Data against Mothula. So both of these runners... Well, actually, no, I take that back. With that, Data now with the 3rd crystal.
Yeah, because he's already done Thieves Town, and latebit hasn't done. So dataplet is a Thieves Town up. Latebit is a mushroom turn-in / shovel turn-in / ice palace dip up. So, if you're dataplet...
It's not what you're looking for, Data. You bombed that chest because you thought it was your progression, and it turned out not to be.
Yeah, just latebit, don't do that in Z1. Those bombs are way more valuable in that game.
Yeah, but at least they don't hurt you in Z1.
No, they don't. It's flipped, right? Because in Z1, the fire hurts you and the bombs don't. And here, the bombs hurt you and the fire doesn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think right now latebit's in that situation where I am missing something and I don't know what.
Did he see Thieves Town?
He did.
Okay. So he may see. This is where, even if I don't know that there's that one item in Logic in Thieves Town, it is something I can do, and I do it. I think he might have an extra pod small, so he can check we can get Harmless Hellway, and he hasn't gotten the big chest, so he'll probably do that right now. Again, another thing that's not in Logic, so we still haven't gotten to pod 6. But you do it because it's a thing to do. And while you're doing this, you can be thinking about what your next play is.
Yeah, you could be looking over, trying to see your notes. Maybe latebit didn't mark. And this is something that runners do once in a while, is they'll see a dungeon, but they forget to mark it down on an entrance tracker. And that could very well be the situation here with latebit in Thieves Town. By the way, hi Kiki number 6.
Kiki's raking the dough in today.
Only in 10s, though.
Yeah, that's true. And Harmless Hellway just with the heart piece, so the answer is not there. Okay, so what entrances have we... I mean, I'm not talking about the entrances that they can get to. The entrances we haven't seen. We haven't seen the Misery Mire entrance or the Turtle Rock entrance. We haven't seen Ice Palace entrance. Basically our Mitzlock stuff, right? Hammer pegs.
Or glove lock spots, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of... Well, we've seen a handful of glove lock spots on the other end of connectors, but yeah. So, one of those has got to be... You know, there's got to be a glove coming up that will lead us to GT. And I think dataplet's going to go ahead and do Castle Tower.
Yeah, you're getting kind of funneled into this.
Like, his other choice is Gloveless Ice Palace, which I would probably do first, but he's had that available already. Like, there's the only difference now than what he had before in it is he now has the big key and a small key for it. So it's a little more efficient. You're going to get a little more coverage. Now, we know it's not the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
The Castle Tower small key being exactly in the one spot in Logic in Thieves Town has me very suspicious.
It does. And I know why runners want to put it off. And unfortunately, that seems to be a case that's going to be haunting these runners in their first round. And hello, Kiki, again. We're at 80 rupees now for Kiki. I think... I guess somebody's going to have to actually... Can we get an actuary to go just scrub through this bot and just make sure we've counted all the right Kiki visits here?
I'm telling you, I think after the second time, I would have just paid him off. We have plenty of money.
We're still not at 110 rupees.
Yeah, but I also have, if I'm late, I have 1,300 rupees.
Yes, we have plenty. All right, get your guesses in chat. How many blue balls are we seeing on this Saga 1? You feel absolutely horrified at the 100-minute mark that you're going to an AGA that the puzzle pieces kind of just been so sprawled apart. And again, these runners, they haven't been making mistakes per se. It's just been unfortunate how things have accumulated for these runners.
Well, I don't think there haven't been mistakes, but there have been unfortunate choices.
Unfortunate circumstances.
I don't mean when I say choices, I mean two bad choices, right? So like when dataplet went up Turtle Rock the first time. Either you're following it all the way to the entrance, or you're abandoning your route through Village of Outcasts in the Dark World, or you're abandoning, the what would hopefully be a check to get you to some new stuff. And like, how do you know what the right choice on that one is? That's a tough one.
Also, I hope somebody's keeping track of this for the AGA 1 fight for data.
No, I have not been.
I have not either. I just know that's one right there. And another. And we'll have the classic 3. All right, don't miss. There we go.
Yay.
All right, so what are we finding, Tracy?
I think we're gonna find it. Well, probably a glove at this point. I mean, there's gotta be something here.
All right, we're gonna be finding out here real soon. 5 items inside the well.
There's that Castle Tower Small for late bit. No, that's not a good start.
We've got to find something here.
That's also not good.
When I say something, well, there we go.
There it is. There it is. Okay, mushrooms and logic now. Let's go.
Hi, Mirror Shield. And we're going to immediately go down here to check this entrance with our glove.
Yeah, I think we're going to be finding Ganon's Tower fairly soon.
No, we're just going to find
here.
the rat den.
But not there. That's one of my favorite things to find, like at the 1 minute mark.
That or Graveyard Ledge, unlimited bombs.
Yep, exactly. That's another good one.
All right,
Finding
I
it
think...
at the hour 43, not useful.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Ice Path is coming up here for data.
Yep, now he's been able to do it in one go, so that's going to be really good for him. And he's also going to be up the mushroom and the shovel check if he never does those.
I think Latebit at this point is just going to run around in a circle and find out that this is just one of those seeds. I mean, most of these runners have played the asyncs. They know what trash it is to be presented in this tournament at this point.
And we'll get 2 extra checks. I mean, obviously the cold stare check, but we're also going to get the
this check right here.
Next room, yeah. And I imagine Latebit's making it running to Castle Tower as fast as he can get there.
Mm-hmm. And this is where we get the measure of how far behind Latebit is at this point in time. Again, just due to unfortunate circumstances, Latebit did have to swallow what's going to be a second trip into this ice.
I mean, I would have done ice too, so...
So would I.
Like, Ice Palace, and I'm not even talking about, like Ice Palace likes to have dumb things without hammer or without glove, or without both. So
it's one of those you're damned if... It's one of those you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
There's that sword for dataplet.
Woohoo!
I mean, now we can, if we don't find silvers, it'll only be 12 spins, so yay.
Woohoo! Alright, as Latebit climbs, we'll have the same results as data as regard to the number of the blue balls that we saw from data. We'll get the glove in short order. So where do you think Ganon's Tower is going to be?
Well, how about right next to, actually, what glove spots do we have left? Like, the Dark Shopping Mall rock comes to mind.
That?
There's also Dark Death Mountain, that rock. I'm trying to think, there aren't that many that we have left, because a couple of them we got kicked out from entrances, like the rock, going to the two in the south of the Light World, the one heading towards Desert and the one near Ice Rod Cave.
All right, Cold Stare gives us something
vanilla,
that's normally in the dungeon.
Yeah, like French vanilla, blue mail.
Yep.
But, we've been running without a mail upgrade this entire seed, which I mean, Not a huge deal, but it is kind of nice to have that extra protection.
All right, so I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4 entrances, 5 entrances that we have right now. So we have the dark bumper cave bottom. We have checkerboard, which is not logically accessible until we get the Turtle Rock 4 at this point.
Right. You're not going
as
there
far
right
as we
now
know.
anyway.
We have Dark Shopping Mall. We have that Death Mountain, Dark Death Mountain rock.
They're all
there.
bad. They're all so bad.
Yes. And then with the Ether, we have the Mire entrance. So there's 2 of them that are out of line, but 5 total at this point.
Yeah, so you're not going to do the ones in the Mire area unless everything else... Oh, okay. You're not going to do the ones in the Mire area unless you get the Turtle Rock Small Key or Flute plus Mitts. If you get Flute plus Mitts, you just go do those 2, because those are would then become the easiest ones instead of the hardest ones, right?
All right, dataplet's going to be heading over here. We'll see what is the bumper bottom cave.
Yep, that's where we're going to start. That's the easiest one. And then probably run across the top to get over to the Dark Shopping Mall. Maybe do Catfish on the way.
Right, because we do have that still outstanding. But our options are rather limited at this point.
Yep.
But
And
as
honestly,
you
if I'm
pointed out-
late bit, I might not even bother going in right back to Ice Palace. It's still 2 more items than he had before, but he's already
Ooh, Super Bunny Cave!
from the wrong side.
And this is probably going to take you to TR Bridge.
Yeah, because we haven't seen that yet.
And there's the bombs right there for late bit.
It is 2 items, though. Also, we're done seeing Kiki.
This?
So
And there's our mitts.
Okay, so now we have even more checks. We don't have the flute, so that still doesn't make those 2 easier. We could do Ice Palace entrance, though. But yeah, the...
Yep, there's our TR
Yep, there
Bridge.
it is. TR Bridge, as expected.
All right, this is 2 entrances here. Well, that's one you're so super excited to get to.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this... Well, okay, Data has seen this. Forgot he has seen this.
It happens.
It does, yes.
So Ice Palace would be probably my next check. See where he heads. Or going back to Floating Island to get that one. That makes sense, because you're right here.
Yeah, because this one is in the bridge.
And you can get
And
the TR
also,
entrance, too.
chat has noted that he didn't check the TR left entrance there on the bridge, which
Oh, he didn't, did he?
it could be a problem.
I mean, it could be a problem, or it could be a small time save, right?
Yeah, however, at this point in time, I'm feeling a little less time save and a little more.
Yeah, I know. It would be one of those things that would very much weigh on my mind. Late bit will probably remember.
I hope so. At this point, I'm just hoping that doesn't turn out to be the 22 item, or no, 27 item. Well, we can't get them all at this point in time because we don't have all 4 GT smalls, but just hoping it's not GT at that entrance.
We have enough to get them all, though.
Right. It's just more of the logic puzzle part of this
Yep.
thing at this stage.
Yep.
You're not skipping items at this point, but it's just more of the what's in logic, what's not in logic. Never mind, there's GT.
There it is. Hi, GT. Now, are you climbing if nothing's in the basement?
I mean, I don't see why you don't at this point.
Okay, Misery Mire area in logic.
Oh, desert back! Desert back!
Oh, that's a problem. That is a big problem for dataplet if he doesn't remember that he skipped that. And we don't have the desert big key? I guess we don't have the desert big key. Okay. neither of our runners are showing their maps on their stream, so can't tell if dataplet has marked that off. Because it's entirely possible. Like I've done this too, right? Where you make the decision in this case where you make the decision to jump off and then whoops, and you realize immediately, but you've already done it, so you've already done the damage.
Yeah, and he's marked it off according to Ike here. It's the map that we see on our commentary side.
Oh yeah, we can see the map on there. Well, that's a bigger problem.
That's a big problem because you're gonna think that you've done it, and you're gonna be at a later point going, "Where is my desert?" And it's gonna be nowhere to be found, and then, and it's the worst feeling ever.
Oh yeah, we've all done it. But our runners are both going to be in GT for a while. Hey, there's Laser Bridge again.
Not in Logic yet, because we're still missing...
the GT.
Hey, there's our Eastern Big.
Eastern Big. We need that.
Locked behind 4 GT Smalls, but at this point, you don't care.
Now, depending on where the Desert Big Key is, dataplet, best chance at this point is the Desert Big Key to be in a bad enough location that both runners end up checking all the entrances the rest of the way. And then when he sees that he has no more entrances left, he'll hopefully realize the one that he skipped.
So it looks like we're just a Desert Big and the Swamp Small for Go Mode.
It would seem.
There's the Swamp Small.
But if Desert Big is back here, then dataplet will latebit's just gonna get it, and he'll be in Go Mode, and dataplet won't be because he hasn't seen that back of desert entrance.
Yep.
Dataplet needs that Desert Big Key to be in the dumbest possible location.
And Data does, by the way, know that Turtle Rock is a pendant according to his tracker.
I think he was the first one that saw it. It was a pendant on the. Yeah. So. Yeah. It's Now. I asked the question before. If you don't find anything down here, do you climb GT? Do you go get your do your Swamp Palace?
I think you do your Swamp Palace at this point.
Okay. Useless map. You also have Eastern to finish, which is 2 checks, but that could be useful items.
All right, rando room coming up here for dataplet. And by the way, Tracy, that's the only big key that's still out to play.
Oh, yay. So that means when we see the next big key, it has to be the one we want?
It's it.
Amazing. That's... Usually I have like 4 big keys left, and there are like 3 I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes really don't want.
All right, get your guesses in. Once we see a big key, that's the answer. Could it be over here together with the Ice Armos? No. Well, at least not in Bob's chest. We are clueless on what's on the pedestal at this point.
Yeah,
we weren't. Very well be.
We didn't have the book when it was convenient to check, so.
All right. Is it here? No. All right, Data is leaving. Yes, leaving.
Okay, yeah, I think I'd go do Swamp Palace.
Yeah, 10 items inside the swamp, you're doing that first.
Got something else in mind as well, though.
Eastern.
Oh, right, that was right. That's at the old man cave. Okay. You do that right away.
And we're at the hour 58 minute, and we're one item away from go mode. It's kind of the weird scenario here where you don't necessarily, you start to feel like, okay, there's a chance my opponent could be finishing up, but you're not feeling totally bad just yet.
Mm-mm.
But both runners do have their reasons for feeling right at this moment.
Well, the biggest for latebit is the trip into Ice Palace that didn't net him anything. And
yeah,
the
and
brief...
forgetting of Thieves' Town
yeah.
for a moment.
Yeah, the brief moment of what am I supposed to be doing?
There's our Thief Small for logic.
Well, I mean, I've always wondered what it would be like if we had a tournament where you had to stay in logic. I wouldn't want to run that tournament because then you'd have to like have eagle eyes on every race. You know? But it would be it would make for an interesting. It's kind of an interesting thought experiment when you think about it.
And then on top of that, you have to sit there and go, well, is there conditional logic in play here?
Yeah,
Is the scenario going on with this?
I know Fred will occasionally play seeds where he will stay in logic.
That is another intriguing match, by the way, that we've been talking about our matches for week number 1. F. Coughlin versus Telethar.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Yes, indeed. That's another one of those that are up there for me. Jay Coper versus Koi should be a fun match to watch, too.
That's another good one.
As we've reached the 2-hour mark of this seed, be sure to give our runners a follow. Give dataplet a follow. Give latebit a follow. As we've been following them along for the last 120 minutes, Tracy.
All right.
Swamp.
This is swamp. Yeah.
Swamp.
Easy swamp. At least in terms of getting there. Latebit's going to finish up Eastern. So Latebit, I imagine, is going to basically be following dataplet into Swamp, and then he'll probably finish up Ice Palace right afterwards.
Yeah, it makes sense once after he's done with Swamp, because it's right around the corner.
Yep. Then then the search for the, well, I mean, assuming we don't find the Desert Big Key here, which is not a safe assumption, the search for the Big Key of Desert will commence. Dataplet, at least he doesn't have to worry in terms of items. I think we have, the flute's the only thing left at this point that could kind of sort of open things in terms of entrances, but I would just make the Turtle Rock trip unnecessary.
Tracy, Flute opens up one entrance in logic to these runners. The 5-6 Pyramid Bomb.
Oh, yeah, because that's in a dumb spot.
Because that's up on the mountain there.
Right, we would actually need the flute for that. So, yeah, so dataplet's in a situation where he's gonna run out of entrances. It's just,
There it is.
It just, does dataplet run out of entrances? No, I don't think he runs out of entrances fast enough. Because Latebit's gonna go do that. And, you know, like, there's different ways to route Swamp. It's typically if you're gonna do the left side of Swamp.
I have not seen anyone do this Swamp this way in a long time.
But yeah, if you're gonna do well, and no diver down from dataplet, which is interesting. But Latebit doing Ice Palace for Swamp Palace also interesting. Maybe figures a little quicker, and if the Desert Small, or sorry, the Desert Big is in one of these locations. Wait, what's he checking entrances for? He doesn't need any more entrances. Okay, anyway.
Well, I think for late bit, we're still missing Hype Cave. So there's still a 5-item cave that's outstanding.
Yeah, but what item are we missing? Oh,
Well, late bit's eyes,
yeah.
Desert
Late
Big.
bit, yeah. Okay, what item is dataplet missing? So I'm not sure why he's keep continuing to check these.
Well, he has not seen Desert Bag, so Data's issue right now is he might be looking for the flute for the potential of that pyramid bomb.
Yeah.
Oh
okay,
no, never mind, because that's a 5-6. Never mind. Never mind.
Oh yeah, and he has that one marked correctly, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. He knows that can't be a pyramid fairy.
So item-wise, there's nothing dataplet's missing. He's missing entrances. The flute would get him to Misery Mire more easily, and that might be what he's checking for. He might be checking for the flute and for that exact reason. But yeah, so back to the routing through Ice Palace. Like, with only one item missing, you're probably going to the go straight to the back makes sense. So, typically the current routing of Swamp Palace, if you're full clearing it, is do right side and then come back and do the compass chest, big chest, and then go to the back. Dataplet was probably figuring I only need the one item, so I'm gonna do it in this order. I'm gonna go ahead and do, compass chest. I don't want to leave that orphaned. Go to the back, and then if I still don't have my Desert Big Key, then maybe I go and do left side. But yeah, no, flute doesn't open anything for him, but it just makes it easier for him to get to Misery Mire to open up the Mire entrance with the ether. That's all it does.
So just continuing the thoughts here while we're checking certain things that we've already seen from the other runners. A few of the other intriguing Week 1 matches on my plate here. Artie Walsh V versus P-Train is another good one. Arya Stark 2942 versus James F and X. That should be a fun. Tam versus Ahab. Goomba's making his return back to Crosskeys. We'll be up against Boo This Man. Hitsuyen versus Average Frustrated Gamer is another good one. Zeruvian versus Nuxman.
Stack tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dataplet's gonna check the Dark Shopping Mall location. He needs to find this back of desert before Late Bit finishes Swamp.
Yep. And Late Bit's just going to be going into Swamp right now, so timer is ticking.
And after this, it's get to... what does he have left behind besides the Misery Mire entrance? I'm trying to think.
Hammer pegs, maybe.
Hammer pegs. Yes, we have not seen hammer pegs. And of course, we've killed Aga 1, so saving point in the Dark World, guess what? The unfortunate thing is, because we don't have that flute, it's going to take him a long time to get that last entrance he has. Like, this will be hammer pegs right now.
I'm going to tell you another good match we've got coming up here. Another couple of good matches. ACMLM versus Humbug.
Yeah. Are there any bad matches? No, I'm joking.
I mean, obviously, you've got... When you take a look at the schedule, you see some matches that are like, wow. And then you see other matches that are... but... Did Latebit not do wraparound chess? He might be doing that when he comes back in. I hope he doesn't mess that one up.
Wouldn't that be wild if one of them missed the big key and one of them missed the entrance?
Yeah, it would become who gets it first. Zen Arcane versus Rosalindus, and that one's going to be coming up tomorrow afternoon, which for the restream of that is going to be over on Scottish Braves channel.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ooh, people scheduling their matches while I have to work. To our left is where the entrance to Desert Back is, and yeah,
this is going to be the long, and it's gonna be the long way there too. I gotta imagine running over to TR left entrance would be better than going all the way from the back. But you're right here, so maybe that's wrong because you're literally right here. But this is the problem. This is his last entrance is going to be that Misery Mire entrance, and it's his last entrance for a reason because it's awful.
Yep. And then at that point in time, it becomes, what do I do next?
What did I skip? Meanwhile, latebit just finished Swamp Palace, and that timer has run out.
Well, let's see what latebit does. Are we going back in? Yeah,
he's got to go back in.
Yeah, he's still got to get that desert big.
But he's going to have that in what? 30 seconds? A minute? Something like that? Probably more like a minute. Oh, he didn't check anything in the front. I feel like this routing is better if you're missing multiple things. I don't know. Missing one thing. I mean, obviously, this routing is better if the thing you're missing is in the back and you don't ever have to walk back in.
I feel like this is I made a mistake earlier and I had to swallow an extra trip into ice. Let me cut a corner and see if it pays off.
That makes sense.
And unfortunately for latebit, it did not. So, luckily for latebit, Data is in a world of hurt as latebit is now entering go mode.
And he has 2 entrances over here. I totally forgot about this one. Over at Checkerboard Cave.
And all that latebit needs to do is get back to Super Bunny, take that as the connector, take it over to Desert back, and...
Yeah, there isn't... Wait, where's he going?
We're taking the long route there.
Okay, I see. I see.
Hey, there's our hype cave. All right, worst case scenario for Data is that this is where the ice rock turned out to be.
No, flute.
Half magic.
Half magic's nice.
I mean, it's nice. Unfortunately, we're not going to really see anything of it.
So officially, the Turtle Rock entrance and all the stuff in Mr. Meyer was behind the 4 TR small keys.
Yep. You had to go through the entirety of TR in order to get through.
So...
And Data does not know what he's missed.
Well, I'm surprised he's not going and getting the big bomb.
He can't. I mean, it can't. Desert your 5-6.
Desert your 5-6. Never mind. You're right. You're right. We discussed this. We had that conversation.
Yep. But that's also what is going through your mind at this point in time is what in the world? Can I do Pyramid Bomb? No, I can't do Pyramid Bomb. I'm missing Desert. As Desert goes, latebit goes into Desert right now.
You can check your menu and see that you don't have a red crystal, and yeah.
However, in about 3 minutes, Data will be put out of his misery. Because I mean, I'm not meaning it to sound like a bad thing, but when you sit there going, what have I missed? You are in misery.
You are in absolute misery. It is the worst.
Yeah, it is a horrible feeling. And you sit there empty. You sit there clueless. You just sit there and go, why is this game doing this to me?
Yeah, and at this point, even if you figured out the right decision right now, it's too late. Latebit's already about to get into the Landmo room.
And you can sit there and VOD scrub, but the problem is that Data has no clue what he's VOD scrubbing for.
And that's exactly it. So, I've done the shoot, where's Saha? Saha, and in particular Saha. And I get a green pendant. I know I need to turn it in, and, I've done that. But you know where to look, right? You kind of have a better idea of a lot of times you'll have a kind of an idea of where to look for it. In this case, he doesn't know what he's missing, so he doesn't know where to look on the VOD to even begin to piece together the exact entrance that he missed.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I mean right there. It's just without a clue of what you're looking for, you're skimming through 133 minutes of your VOD trying to figure out what in the world is going on with this seed, and there's nothing for you. There's no clue that what you did is not check an entrance, and you marked it off on your tracker like you did check it.
Yep, and to be clear, auto tracking entrances is not allowed. So your tracker is not going to tell you anything that you didn't click or not click.
And it doesn't help you if you don't walk into the entrance, but it also doesn't help you furthermore if there you go, you're you notice that you didn't walk into the entrance, because VOD scrubbing is a very, very difficult thing while you're trying to still move around.
Ooh. Meanwhile,
as latebit has stomached a few fire bats, and we're gonna get to do this again. And I'm surprised we don't talk to the priest this time to refresh our health.
Yeah, I am too. Although, I mean, you would think you didn't need it with red mail, but I also would have thought you didn't need it before. So just needs to be a little more careful. We never did get a cape.
And this also is an extension of that worst feeling ever when you're going back into caves that you have explored.
Yep.
And you see open chests, and they're not what you're looking for.
Yep.
And all data right now wants to see is latebit has finished in first place with a time of 2 hours, 15 minutes, and blah seconds. So he can hit the FF button and just get out of this.
Oh, he had potions up the... He had a red, a blue, and a green.
Yeah, latebit just got a little aggressive inside the fire bats, and this might be nerves at this point in time for latebit.
Absolutely. I mean, he knows that he's got a good opponent.
Yeah,
that he's going
you've got somebody who's played this mode many, many times. And I do believe, if I'm remembering correctly, isn't latebit the lower of the two opponents here, so therefore is the lower seed of these two?
I haven't looked at the matchups as much as you have, so that's... I don't know.
Oh, Silver's on Ped.
Yeah,
wow.
Silver's on Ped. That's what I was laughing at. I don't know if it quite came through, but... Yeah, Silver's on Ped. Which is, I'd be really glad that I did not check. Like, the archer class is what you're going to get for that, and it's like... Oh, is that the bow that I need to get, or can I find the other bow?
Although, what is the text for the bow on the pedestal nowadays, since they've changed it to the more friendly terms without the cryptic quote, the cryptic hints?
Yeah, I actually don't know.
Because I know that you have joined the archer class, was the former one.
Yeah.
But anyways, this race is done and over with. Get your GGs in chat. Latebit improves to 1-0 the defeat of dataplet here in week number 1 of the Crosskeys Tournament. Latebit has finished with a time of 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 39 seconds.
GG's to Latebit.
I'm sure latebit is just thinking to himself right now, how in the words inserted here did I win this race?
Yeah, dataplet has not forfeited yet. And it may be, not everybody watches the race room. I know it's... people that I know who typically don't have the race room up often will peek at times, especially when they're in this kind of situation where dataplet's in right now. Yeah, and
Yep, Data has said, and I
there it is.
quote,
There is the
blank
forfeited.
this blank. I mistracked. Sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, that's a kind way to put it. Asking where Desertback was. More
Eh,
swearing of the
Holy
holy
blank.
kind. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at you, Dataplay. I'm not laughing at
I
you.
mean, we get it. Those who run this know exactly what Dataplet went through.
Yep. Been there, done that, will happen again. You know, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, I've had many a seed that's gone this direction. I 100% understand what Dataplet goes through here, so it happens. The thankful part is this tournament is
Week
8
1.
weeks long.
Yeah,
You can
it's week
bounce
1.
back and play again next week.
Here's
Meanwhile,
someone, I'm
joining
gonna
us
guess.
here, we have latebit.
Yeah, GG's latebit.
Thanks. Oh, God, the logical chain there was just vile.
Yep, it
Yes,
really
it was.
was.
Welcome to the Crosskeys Tournament.
I I don't think I've ever seen that, and I've run several hundred of these seeds, but I don't think I've ever been expected to do Thieves Town with no small key. But here we are.
Yeah, we can dive it with no small keys. Get that CT2, go up that.
I think
Eventually get the Eastern big, so that way you can get the Thieves Town small to make blinded logic.
I feel like I've seen or played seeds where it expects you to get something in that situation. But the chain, the full chain, when you put it all together and have to get the Castle Tower small key in exactly that location, and then Castle Tower actually has something, because I swear it's always bait. Yeah, that's that combination. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it had to have something here, either that or I mistracked, one of the two, and fortunately it did have something. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you had to stomach a second dip into Ice Palace, which could have put you behind. In fact, it was putting you behind until the critical point, which, of course, you know from the race room, was the desert back discovery.
Yeah, my opponent unfortunately mistracked that, and that's a terrible location, so yeah.
And we've all been there. It's exactly what I'm saying
Yes,
to
we
Dataplet.
have.
We've all been there. So tell me about your routing through Swamp. Were you hoping to find the desert big in the back?
Yeah, I mean, since Specky Clip came onto the scene, I feel like it's kind of like normal to just, if you're close to go, play it like you're in go, because it's not that big of a time loss anymore to go back in.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of go moded it and then went back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well,
and
semi go moded. Of course, I checked everything in the back.
yeah. Because it is kind of two branches, right? There's the back, and then there's the left side. And I guess in some sense, if you're gonna end at left side, give yourself other things to check.
Right. Plus, I just have like a lethal allergy to left side, so I was doing everything I
I'm
could to
with
stay
you.
out of that.
I'm with you on that one. That's for sure. Is that also why you did ice before swamp at the end? Because it was the one quick check and of course the boss, and if the desert big key is just in one of those places.
Yeah, ice. Whether I did it before or after, that's it's like 10 seconds to check that A room. So just do it and get it out of the way, and then go digging in swamp after that.
Yeah, because without the mistrack from Dataplet, that is the thing that would have put you behind, was the extra ice dip that he never did.
Yeah, I didn't really want to do it the first time around, but
no one ever wants to go into Ice Palace when you can't finish it. But you know as well as I do, it likes to have things. I was really expecting something, in particular iced tea. I thought our answer was going to be iced tea. It was just going to be there. And of course, the game just said, no, Ice Palace, got nothing for you.
Yeah, instead, all you need to do is just to go all the way through Turtle Rock. You got to go all the way through Thieves Town without the small key, and have fun when you find out CT is required because of the well-being. Because why not?
Yeah, that as soon as I painted myself into that corner of having to do thieves with no small key, I just kind of went where the winds took me.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that at least going out that Turtle Rock front entrance to find the Myra area, at least when we found data finding the boots, you weren't that far behind because you were checking the Meyer stuff, the Meyer area stuff. And of course, at that point in time, you're definitely going to go in and check what it is at Desert front entrance.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It took me long enough to get there. I was not leaving without checking everything I possibly could.
And of course, you'll be happy to know that trip through Turtle Rock, was eventually you got to 4 TR Smalls, was logically required, and in fact hard required, because it turns out the flute was in Meyer entrance.
Yep, Meyer entrance was Hype Cave, and it had half magic, and
And a
it
flute.
also had the flute.
Yep.
So Johnny had some goods, but they weren't really needed.
They were deep
half
in
magic.
logic.
I would be very sad to not have half magic, but like, you don't need it.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite
Such a
quality
nice.
of life
It's such a
upgrades.
great. Yeah, exactly. It's such a great item.
And of course, what also we didn't need was the silver arrows that turned out to be on the pedestal, with us never finding where Hera was.
I mean, there's only 2 places left for Hera to be. It was either in
GT
GT
or the Pyramid
Fairy.
I guess dataplet cleaned up the hammer pegs and all the other stuff that I
Yep.
missed.
Yep.
We checked all
Okay.
the things. Yep.
So this is the kind
Yeah.
of sea that would put it at GT, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, either way, you're doing Desert last, so either way, it's behind
Yep.
everything.
Given that
Oy.
little progression. So what are you hoping for week number 2? Are you hoping that Sahaba gives you an actual good seed for once?
Do those exist in Cross Keys?
Do those
They're,
do those exist? Period.
they're extremely rare, but I have had them.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't want to be funneled into no small key thieves again. That would be nice.
No, you're going to get funneled into Ice Palace without the means to beat it and find progression there, and you're going to like it.
Either that or Eastern's going to have my goods, and I'm going to ignore it for an hour.
Mm.
And all it had was one unique item with a single arrow.
That's
Yes.
the arrow that beats Ganon, though.
It
There you
is.
go.
Unless you don't find
Well,
the
not
silvers,
today,
which
it
it
was.
doesn't defeat Ganon.
Well, you can still shoot it into him after the fact.
Save that arrow for your next Rookie Rumble race, and we'll go use it there. How about that?
That is tomorrow night for me. I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to more of this, but not more of this, if you know what I mean.
I totally
get what you say.
Totally know what you mean.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up. GG's to you. Good luck in week number 2.
Yeah, good luck, latebit.
Yep. Thanks everybody that put this together. Tracker, commentary, restreamers, viewers. Couldn't have done this without everybody coming together.
And also, GG's to dataplet. Once again, be sure to give him some love, because what happened to dataplet is something that could happen to any runner in this mode. They mark an entrance that they think that they've checked, and it turns out to be something that they need, and you feel absolutely sick. We've all been there, as I mentioned.
It's a rite of passage. If you haven't done it, you haven't played Cross Keys enough yet.
That's
Exactly.
absolutely right.
All right. With that being said, Tracy, I think it's time for us to run here. It's been a pleasure getting to call the second race to be restreamed together with you.
Absolutely.
I've had fun.
Thank you for asking me. I guess we
Absolutely.
turn it back over to Star now, and she'll close us out.
Yeah, let's go ahead and before we turn it over to Star, also thank Ikir, who was the other
Yes,
tracker in addition
trackers,
to
the
Star
MVPs, Star
AR.
MVP. Yeah, thank you both.
And take it away, Star. Thank you.
Absolutely. GG's again to both latebit and dataplet. It was a great race here to watch. Really unfortunate what happened to dataplet, but we wish them both luck in the next round and for the rest of the tournament here. Thanks to Tracy and to Greg for doing the commentary and to Ikea for the tracking. Let's see. Coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we have a lot of things going on. We've got the Twilight Princess 90% Wolf Dash tournament. Wolf Dash 4 just started up their bracket stages. There's both a main bracket and a redemption bracket for that, and we've also got lots and lots and lots of ALttPR between this tournament and the Survivors of Hyrule tournament, which is in quarterfinals. So keep an eye on the ZSR schedule for plenty more ALttPR to come. In fact, speaking of that Survivors of Hyrule tournament, we're going to head on over to ZSR 2. They're currently restreaming a Influkeys match between Zappikel and Tyler Salt, so we'll see how they're going. They're about an hour in. Thank you for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.